Hey everyone, welcome. I'm career coach Rod, and I help clinical people get into digital health. I'm in Northern England, and you can probably tell from my accent that I wasn't born here. Digital health took me around the world, and I chose to stop here. It's pretty wonderful. Tonight, I watched my mother lose everything she had worked for: her money, her career, her pension, 6 months before the finish line. Yeah. Um, and we've got something better that we can do in life. This is how I learned to think of it. This is why I began to think that it mattered because of what happened to my mom. And this is episode 1 of a brand new series, The Better Bargain. That's the financial and growth side of moving into digital health. So be honest in the comments. If your salary stopped tomorrow, how many months could you hold on? Months? Days? Weeks? Years? For most of us, it's not really that much. It's not that great. So, so here's a bit of my backstory. Years ago in the U.S., I was with a firm, and they offered me $75 an hour. And I honestly could not believe I was worth it. It blew my mind. So this was so much more money than I was making as a nurse. This was, $150,000 a year. Are you kidding me? It's fantastic. I had solved documentation problems that nobody else wanted to touch. Intensive care workflows other consultants had given up on because they weren't clinical. By the time I left that client, they actually were paying me $95 an hour. So the market actually said that I was worth more than that. And that rate that they were paying me way back when, that was never a reward for being some technical brain and figuring out some technical solution. No. It was a price of clinical judgment that nobody else in the building had. Everybody else was good with the tools and the computers and that sort of thing, but no. They couldn't do the clinical thinking. They couldn't do the clinical decision making. So the path that I was on had some cost to it, right? The Here we go. The path that I was on had some cost to it. That particular client, they offered me a leadership role. So leave my consulting life, go into a leadership role for probably about the same amount of money, and be a permanent member of their team. But that had costs as well. My marriage at the time wouldn't have accommodated the move, and so the bargain was sort of out the window. And I continued along my consulting career path. See, I doubted at the beginning that I was worth $75 an hour, but then the market corrected me and said $95 an hour. We clinical people, we don't overvalue what we know. We chronically undervalue it. It's a flaw. It's a defect. That is not something that's good for us. So, here's some big insights, huh? Most of us accepted a bargain without ever even deciding to. Our time, our nights, a fair slice of our health, traded for one number on a contract that we call security. But a single salary is a single point of failure. One corporate restructure, one burnout, one life event away from changing completely, the way that my mom's did. And the ground is moving under us clinically as we work right now. The NHS, for example, is accelerating the national AI rollout. Ambient voice tools, those are saving people in London A&Es about 47 minutes a shift. And when we scale that up nationally, it's going to be thousands of extra consultations per day in all of the emergency departments. So the question isn't whether healthcare work is changing, it's who the system will need once the changes have been put in place. Healthcare AI hiring searches are up nearly 2.5 times this year. See, the bargain that we accepted, it only looks like the safe choice from the inside. Anyone looking from the outside can tell. So here's where most people get things wrong. They think that the fix to that situation is a bigger salary from a better employer. but a bigger salary is still rented. It's still one thread. Real pathways, real numbers. Clinical informatics and nursing informatics sit near the six-figure mark in the US, and informatics consulting close behind. NHS digital careers run from band 6 to band 8 and beyond, and specialists with AI capability are earning up to 20% more than their peers. This has led to some fractional and portfolio leadership positions doubling between 2022 and 2024, and nearly three-quarters of the people in those roles have 15 plus years of experience. So the market is paying a premium for seasoned clinical judgment, not youth and technical capability. AI adoption is tracking the same curve EHR adoption did. Clinicians who position themselves in the next couple of years will capture the premium roles before the field floods, just like the early informatics nurses did. So, talk about some of the income here. Consulting income, sensible self-employment, setting up multiple revenue streams for yourself. See, that's real career advancement, and it doesn't hang from a single ladder. It doesn't hang from a single point, a single manager, or even somebody's single budget cycle. It doesn't matter. A salary is something you are granted. Expertise is something you own. And one can be withdrawn, the other compounds. That was one of the things that I learned when my mom lost all of those things. No one can ever take out of my head what I've taken so much care and work to put there. So how do we do this? Well, let's break it down to a few steps. 4, in fact. First, inventory what cannot be taken away from you, your credentials, your judgment, every skill that travels with you. And then next, name at least one skill that you're currently giving away for free. You're doing it, they appreciate it, they don't pay you any extra. So, third step, price it. Price it once, outside of your employer. One small piece of paid consulting income proves something your payslip never could, that your expertise has a market beyond the people who sign your current paycheck. And then 4, protect the base while you build. Don't quit anything. Durability comes from the second stream existing, not from being the large one on day one. So prove that it works. Go out and get some. Don't stress about having to switch jobs. Just do what you already do and get paid more for the same things. I used to think security was one good employer and a pension at the end. And you know, in fairness, it was that way for a long time. But now I know security is whatever is still yours on the day both of those disappear. So, you may be thinking, isn't consulting riskier than a salary? Well, I flip that around, and I think that one salary is a concentrated bet. The second stream is diversification. It is less risk, not more. If you're feeling like you're not technical enough, the premium is for the clinical judgment, not coding. You can get AI to write code for you if you need it, and they know it. Nearly 3/4 of fractional leaders have 15 plus years of experience, and the market is paying for exactly what you have. I don't have time to build a business. Well, step 1 is a list on paper. Nobody's asking you to quit. And everybody has time to make a tiny list. Come on. Only stop giving away one skill for free. This will open your mind to what you can do with the skills you already have. Everything my mother lost was rented. The salary, the career, the pension. Everything I rebuilt was my own. Make sure the best of what you have is in the second column. Make sure you own it. When you're ready to talk, rodgamble.com is where to find me. Next week, we're going to talk about bedside to build, how we build in the new systems. Episode 2, the expertise side of this same story, how clinical people turn what they know into what they build. And the tools be damned. Who really cares about them? Not the most important part of the